Thumbs Down Driving School. This is Learn to Drive. In this episode, I want to show people an appropriate following distance. When you're driving, they talk about the 2-second rule. And as you can see, I'm driving around in Raleigh, North Carolina on a sort of almost finished paved 440 just past Route 1, 401 Capitol Boulevard, BLVD, which goes all the way up the coast. And Route 1 in New Jersey runs all the way up into, actually you can take, where does that go, Pensy? Anyway, following distance. Now, when I first turned this video on, there was a truck in front of me. Now, in physics, there's something called relative speed. Relative speed is a very interesting concept to first understand, but I want to bring it up because when you're talking about following distance, you know that a car is going relatively faster than you if it appears to be shrinking in your line of sight. In front of you, a car is speeding away from you and getting smaller if they are going faster than you. Now, a basic rule of the road is to keep up with the flow of traffic. For some strange reason, my mirrors just don't look right now. Like somebody bumped both of my mirrors. I park in a place at work where people have bumped my car several times. Nobody ever leaves a ticket with a phone number or anything like that. They just bump and run. Okay, there's a perfect example. As you can see, that car slowly getting smaller as they speed away from you, very illegally. They're getting smaller and smaller, which means relative to my speed, they are going faster. Now, it works in your rear view as well. When you look in your rear view mirror, if somebody's headlights are like approaching you really quickly, they're getting bigger in your mirror, they are speeding up on you. Now, the important part about following distance is for safety purposes. For safety purposes, keeping up with the flow of traffic should keep every car in front of you the same size in your field of view. And as you can see, I mean, part of the reason why I decided to turn this camera on, and I know it doesn't look so hot, I apologize. I don't have a GoPro. I am like second string, third string or something. But the dotted lines can help you visually see. You know, first of all, dotted lines mean it is okay to pass. Solid lines, like just showed up there, means no passing. Okay. But the dotted lines can help you. I mean, about 7 or 8 dotted lines in front of you is about how far you should allow, how many car lengths you should allow between you and the car in front of you. How much distance. Again, 2 seconds. A 2-second rule is a good general rule, but there are exceptions. The first is when visibility is impaired, when the road is wet, when it's foggy, or as I originally came from New Jersey before I was made fun of ridiculously, when it's foggy outside and your dog is there, you should increase your following distance or the amount of dots on a highway. All right, but we'll use a 2-second rule. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Okay. That was about 3 seconds counting. All right, I'm going to pick this next sign coming up. All right, let's just say that car, there's a Pool Road exit. Okay, here you go. So we're going to count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It took about 3.5 seconds for me to get to that sign from when I started counting it out. If you run right up on somebody, the reason why it's unsafe to tailgate is because if they were to stop, if they were to come to a complete stop, you do not have a safe enough distance to stop. Like this car right here, right? Let's say they just locked it up. If I was too close behind them, if I was what they call tailgating, I would get into an accident and it would be 100% my fault. And the ticket would read unsafe following distance. All right, so now I'm about to do something. About to exit here. So I'm going to show you. You can see all of these cars are going faster than me, and I am. I'm going the speed limit. Posted speed limit is on this road. Oh, geez. Okay, so he's in the shoulder. But this is always a very interesting place because there are 2 exit lanes, and you drive right past left. Okay, now it's telling me no. The merge is not for the exit. Okay, this guy's gonna dipsy-do around me. So I'm going all the way to the right, the way you should. Now, as you come around this big loop here, first of all, I personally believe this curve to be the speed limit to be a little bit fast for this curve. I really think that this should be a 55 and not a 60 curve. Maybe even a 50. As you do a full circle on this, and sometimes I get nervous on this bridge. You'll see if it comes out. I know it's really ugly and dark. But as you can see, I'm trying to maintain a buffer. You can't see my rear view. There's a car behind me, and I'm trying to maintain a buffer because a few car lengths back is a big tractor trailer. Oh, it's 65. That's why I feel this is too fast. I usually do 60 on this. I said do. I do 60 on this curve because this right here at 65 it's not safe. I personally don't think it's safe. Now, if you're driving more than 10 miles under the speed limit, the posted speed limit, you're supposed to have your hazards on. But around this curve, I do about 500. Now, as you see, this lane, it should warn you about right here, but it doesn't. But this lane's about to disappear. This guy behind me is actually pretty cool. He stayed back. But as I'm coming up onto this situation here, I'm going to maintain safe following distances. And you know what? The traffic is reasonably cool now, but when you're near Capitol Boulevard, it's a mess. And they're doing road construction, so it's a mess. So maybe, once again, the learn to drive gets put on the back burn because these are so hard. I mean, it's such an easy concept to understand, but to try to teach it so that you guys can all, I'm in North Carolina, so that y'all can drive safer and become safer drivers so that you can get home and play your video games. No, I'm going to edit that part out. That's not my line. Anyway. So, speeding. Don't end up on Thumbs Down Driving School. I guess thanks for watching. There's no way I'm posting this.